up? It was
Shelley.
Shelley.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Shelley.
Nice to meet you.
All right. So, first of all, Shelley, when you see a guy that you find cute or handsome or that you find attractive, do you want him to come and say hi to you?
Of course.
Why do you want that?
Because I feel like naturally guys are a little bit of a hunter and they want a bit of a challenge. So I feel like if the woman is kind of initiating more, I think the guy does more like, I don't know, this is my opinion, like you're the guy, I'm not. So I always think they'd be like, size up, like, oh yeah, she's nice. But like for me, I don't want she's nice. I want a man that's like, I like her. So also that gives that kind of, I feel safe with him and like, I feel like, you know, he kind of, not in the like, she's mine caveman way, but like, I feel like if there's just that, I don't know, that confidence of a guy that just makes you kind of melt a little bit and be more in your feminine. But then I also know that you have to give a little bit of a hint to a guy because I can imagine it's quite daunting to go out of your way to initiate maybe a girl that you're interested in.
Yes.
So I can see both sides of it. So like in particular for me, if I see someone now, because I actually used to do the opposite when I was younger. If I liked a guy, it'd be like I don't like him. I would completely just not look at him
Why?
and speak to everybody else but him.
Why?
I don't know. But I'm not like that now. Like, I think
Was
now...
it shyness?
I think, do you know what it was? Is maybe a rejection or something that hadn't healed. Like, and maybe I thought if I just avoid what I actually wanted, then I wouldn't have any situation.
So you were avoiding what you wanted, so you wouldn't get what you didn't want.
Yes, and then what happened is then I would do the friend thing with someone else, and then they would think that I really liked them because I wouldn't realise it. I would be like, and I would do all this, like, because I was so comfortable with them.
Yeah.
And then, so it was really just not a good idea. Whereas now, I don't think about straight away the external look. I just think, I just want to get to know this person on a friend level. And I feel like the more you get to know someone, the more they're attractive they become anyway. Because as much as you've got to be attractive to start with, when you really know someone's soul, that's really when it's like, oh, really nice.
That's a little bit further down the relationship.
Yeah.
If it starts as friends, if it starts as lovers, if it starts as whatever.
Yeah.
That's a little bit further down the road because you have to get through that first stage before. And a lot of guys, as I know, have this fear of rejection as well. And they will see you. They will be at a cafe. They will see you on the street. They will be ordering food at the store, and they will see you, and they'll be like, I would love to talk to her. And then there's this fear of being rejected. This fear of like not being. See you, man. Thank you.
I want to show you the little kitten.
Give us a few minutes.
Okay.
And
No, I get that.
and there is that. And okay, so you get that. And what do you reckon in a situation like that? The guy he sees you, he's like, I want to talk with her, and I'm feeling this like you felt in the past. So, what do you like if he comes up to you and you notice like he's like feeling like you did in the past of like, oh, you know, fuck, but he comes up to you? Can you first of all, has this happened, and can you notice that? Can you notice when he?
Yeah, I can.
How does that make you feel?
So I can actually say an example that kind of happened today actually. So I was at the ecstatic dance on Sunday, and it was kind of like a cosmic joke around it. That everyone was like, it's such a slow song, everyone's dancing, and a guy was like next to me. I'm not saying like he liked me or something, but we obviously were both kind of stood next to him, but no one was initiating. And then whether he liked me or not, I just saw him today and I made an effort to be really like, hey, oh yeah, I saw you on Sunday, to acknowledge him. And then he was just like, yeah, and I said, yeah, everyone was like slow dancing around us, and he was like, yeah, and then I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, well, yeah, I might see you next Sunday. And whether it's something or nothing, I always think once I see someone and I get maybe a little feeling, to just be like, sorry, what's your name? So just go at it like more like just anyone I would speak to like a friend. So just to do that. So then I'm not doing the like, hi, and like letting them really know, you know, but I'm just kind of going in, oh, sorry, what's your name? Like I would do to anyone, just so that maybe that reduces the tension, they just feel comfortable with me. And then see what progresses.
Interesting. It sounds like you are helping the guys that you have a feeling for, like it might be something happening, and you want to help him because you know he has that first job of being the hunter and going into that. So you want to help him a little bit, not all the way. You want to help him a little bit so he at least feels comfortable talking with you, and then you guys can get into the conversation and see what happens.
Without going like too deep though, basically the reason how this happens is, as you probably know, like with everything, the more you pour into you, the more you can pour into others. So I did a lot of work on myself to like actually really just look at myself and be like, do you know what, girl, you're so beautiful, you're so powerful, you're so this, and not in a like, oh look at you, girl, it's not that level.
Good on you.
But the more you do that, because you got to think of like the polarity, how can you love someone when you don't love yourself? So like now, I think, why would I give hugs and like really acknowledge someone like this person but not that person? Actually, every person deserves to have the same attention, whether you like them more physically or not. You should still actually, the foundation for everybody is love. So we should all just give more love.
Interesting. And I find that exciting to hear from you as a way that I have overcame this fear of, oh, there's the girl that I've been waiting for all week, whatever it is to be social and be giving to everyone. So if it's a girl I'm not physically attracted to, I will go up to her and I will give her a confidence boost. I will just say something that to make her day. It's not like, I think, you know, that it's just like,
that's beautiful.
It's just like, hey, what are you doing? Like, oh, you need help with that, like something, just to like boost her. And I found by doing that, when that girl comes up, then it's much easier for me to be normal, because I'm not like, oh, this is it. I'm just like, this is a person, and this is a person, and if there's an attraction there, there's an attraction. If there's not an attraction, then there is not an attraction, and I'm not having to, like you said, separate and polarize. Like,
and I don't know if guys do this, but for example, what you just said then, I actually would find that really attractive, seeing, because like how, say, a guy that I was interested in is interacting with other women, and you know, if you're making another woman feel like seen, that's really beautiful quality, because people shouldn't just invest time into people they think they're going to get an exchange from. So actually, and even again, like everything is, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So again, if you might say, oh, like for example, you might say this woman's beautiful, I'm not saying someone else isn't, but I often feel like, I say to guys as well, you think she's beautiful, you should tell her, because often people assume, oh, she just knows. Well, do you know what, actually she doesn't always know. So
she doesn't always know.
No. Like, if anything, I found, like, I see a beautiful woman, I'll go and tell her, and she's always like, thank you so much because she actually probably doesn't get it as much as people think, because everyone assumes that she knows and she's always told it, so then no one's telling her it. And I don't see why, because someone thinks someone is beautiful, that they shouldn't express that to them. Like what you said, you see someone maybe you're not attracted to, and you think, oh, I'd like to boost her confidence. Well, why wouldn't you do that to a woman? It's like that you're attracted to, just because you're attracted to her, that's not her fault. So that's not her fault, so why would she not get the compliment? You see?
Interesting. Okay.
And actually you're losing brownie points.
I'm losing what?
Then you'll be losing brownie points.
Brownie points.
Yeah, because you're telling the woman maybe you're not interested and she's like, oh, you've made my day. And then the one that you're actually like, oh, I like this one, she's just thinking, what's he just said to that girl? Like, she's all swooning all over him.
Yeah. Like brownie points.
Brownie points.
Okay, that's what you call it.
And like, you don't have to, like, you know, like, again, you don't have to be like, you could just be like, you look really beautiful today. And she's like, oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course the woman's going to love that. And then all of a sudden she's going to think, this guy's nice.
Yeah, and it's the same place of coming from. it's the place of giving it.
Yeah.
Not to get something.
Exactly.
But actually, like, you know what? I saw you, and I thought, wow. Like,
Aww, see? He's practicing.
Yeah.
But like, so for example as well, I just lost what I was going to say then. See, because you complimented me, it was nice.
Now you melted a bit.
Exactly,
See?
you have a little melt, you know, it's nice.
Yes.
I forgot what I was going to say. That's fine. I remember. But yeah, so yeah, you should always. That's it. Because then you're not doing the exchange of I'm going to do this in order to get this. You're just spreading love and positivity to people. And the more you give out, the more you receive.
Wow, a big one here is what you said earlier, which is give love to yourself. Because how can you give love? I feel like people can relate to this, which is when you're feeling great, going out like love to you. But when you're not feeling great, it's difficult. So you have to give love to yourself first, fill up your own cup, and then give it not to get something, but just because. And it's not even like productively, it's a way of practicing being social, so that you can get what you get later. At the same time, which is much more rewarding, is just the fact that you're giving, you're just living, you're just being present and living in that moment of trust that there is no separation between what you want and what you have. You are just here to serve and be served, and everything comes as you need it, and you don't have to rush it. You can do it like the turtle, take it slow. And
because what's for you, I'm a big believer, what's for you will never pass you. Never pass you. So actually, you know, like obviously you should initiate things, but in a way we're not kind of in control of what enters, what leaves, you know, what comes into our life. So we should just, as much as we can, like even there's a scenario again where I didn't know what that person was going through, but someone might like kind of bite your head off a little bit. That person actually needs more love. So I can get to that same vibration and be like, don't speak to me like that, but that's not happening. So I just thought, do you know what, I'm just gonna allow that, not allow it, but just be like, okay, send her love.
do you mean when?
Send the love.
You mean when if you go up to someone and give them a compliment and they're like whatever, kind of
Because you know what as well, everything is actually never actually what it actually is. You know that. And everything actually is a reflection of that person, not actually you. So also, say you're kind of pushing for someone you think you like I don't know about you, but like, for example, you could be the most handsome man, but you could, for example, you could be going somewhere with him, sat in a setting with him, and you don't feel anything. So over time, that attractiveness for me is gonna fade because I need a bit more than that. I need to like feel seen, I need to feel heard, and the same as maybe a guy. Like, you know, like now say you're sat with a girl and she's just, it's just fine, you know, and just like, you know, like it's gonna get a bit boring after a while.
Do you want that? That's the question. Like as a guy, then, like do you want, even if she is the prettiest girl you've ever seen, do you want to be with her if there's no real connection? Like, do you want to be with her if you are honest enough and not just following with like your like lust, like actually sensing, am I attracted to this girl?
They think about that guy typically that wants a trophy girlfriend wife. Is that ego or is that soul? Because he's like, look guys, look what I have, but then is there any soul in it? No.
I totally agree, and I personally been through that of having chased girls for validation, and then there's only girls based on how they look. And I've noticed lately that it's not necessarily the girl that first catches my eye
See?
that's
See?
the one that I'm actually attracted to, and then I will go and give a hug to a girl. I was like, then I just feel the attraction. I'm like I sense this, she knows, like, interesting, you know, and then I sense she's receptive, and then it's like, I haven't really done anything. That's the beauty of attraction. You don't have to do anything. It's like you have to learn this, do that. I thought that. I was on a journey of learning how to become this guy who was super attractive to girls, and it all came from insecurity. And when I just looked back and saw that actually when I was 19, I met a girl and I didn't know anything about anything, and like we still had a good time, and I'm like, okay, did I actually need to learn any of that?
Yeah, but of course you do, because if you don't experience the polarity, how do you know what you want?
Well,
so for example, I was the trophy girlfriend and stuff, and like we had fun, but we were but we were so like competing with each other. It was not like, it was always giggly, but it was actually very harmful for us both, you know, because what we thought maybe was love is it was more like he wanted me to behave this way, I want him to behave. It was controlled love. But controlled love is not love. It's like, it's where you should just wholeheartedly, whatever, you know, accept that person fully at the capacity that they're at. And, you know, you have to be true to yourself. If you're just like, okay, this isn't really what I'm looking for, we're not building people. Like, oh, okay, well, if he changes like this and does this, yeah, now he's good. Yeah, he's good now. Stay like that. No. It's like you should love them enough to be like, okay, do you know what? Not for me. Because also what you put out, you attract. So if you kind of like say, yeah, I'll just have, then you'll get,
You have to say no before you can say yes.
Yeah.
I feel like we made a good journey here.
Oh, I love that. I love that little conversation.
Yeah. Let's finishing up with a hug.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping out. I believe this will be very helpful. I'll send you after I will do some minor editing, and I'll smile to the camera. Thank you.
And then you